Hey, it's Tamara here! Welcome to another episode of my devlog series about the development of a simulation game Lost in Athilidus. In case you're new to this channel, be sure to subscribe to see more game dev content like tutorials and devlogs. This is a special episode because you can finally play my game. Wait, the game is not out yet. I just made a prototype or a playable demo, you can call it whatever you want. I've set up an itch page where you can test the game. It is available to play right in your browser. There are also two files that you can download, one for PC and one for Android. I made the game already available to play because I want you to actually feel it and not just see how it's being developed. In most cases, great games take years to develop, and I don't even know if this game will ever be finished and released. So, to not waste the work I've done, I'm publishing it right now. In addition, this way I can discover bugs or simply things that you don't like about the game. If you spot something that is working incorrectly, leave me a comment on itch or below this video. Some bugs that I know of are these. In the web build you cannot save the progress. The finished game is not supposed to be played in browser, so I didn't want to complicate my life more by making the saving work in WebGL. Another thing that I know of is that on mobile the UI doesn't block touches, so for example when you scroll items in the shop, the map will also be moving. I'm currently working on the solution for this. Also, I will be happy to hear any suggestions on how to make the game better. A link to the game is in the description. Hope you enjoy it, and now let's get to the video. In this episode you will see how the game progressed over time. It has been in development for 3 months now, and I want to show you how did it go from this to this. At the beginning of my development, I made the most important feature, a grid-based building system. I've struggled before with it and even put off the development for a year. But then I got the experience I needed and was able to create my own system. I didn't find any suitable and easy tutorials on this topic, so I made my own. You can watch it here. The next week I thought that in the game like this, you would probably get buildings from a shop. So I implemented it. I found nice trees, so I added them into the game. But as you can see, they look very different compared to the houses. The third week of development was like a turning point. I've changed the art style and the game instantly became more likable. I wanted to create the atmosphere of magic. Lost in Athilidus is not just a game for my experience in game dev, it is my dream game. I also added some other features that week, like the editing mode and storage. On the fourth week of development I added zooming and map scrolling. I made the camera follow the house that is currently being placed, but it wasn't the best decision, so I got rid of it later. Another thing for that week was building time with saving. It is an important feature that doesn't get enough coverage in tutorials, so I will be making a tutorial on it too. If you're interested in it, subscribe and turn the notifications on so you don't miss out. Once the houses are built, new people come into town. After the fifth week of development, you could hire those people to work on a factory. There was just one place to work for them, a brick factory. The more people you hired, the better product you got. I used the same timer system that I used for the building time. Unfortunately, during that week I couldn't fully finish the factory system. The next week I added currencies to the game. Originally, I wanted to make this video about how I play different versions of the game because I actually saved them. But because I added currencies, when I run any of those versions, I get a zero balance and can't build anything in the game. I experimented with the UI for a factory that week and fixed the things that I left from the previous time. Yet another week of development. I made the whole level system and added rewards for collecting a product. Added a skip button for the building time, and made it possible to expand the city by opening a new territory to build on. And made the edge of the world look good. And now we're looking at my favorite week of development, when I added an animated character. It was honestly hard and made me learn a lot of new things that I'd never done before. I tried animations, pathfinding, and fixed a ton of bugs in the process. I recommend checking out that week's episode. I think it is really interesting to watch. A new spontaneous week of development. I saw an amazing book icons asset and decided that I definitely wanted them in the game. So I quickly came up with the concept of library and crafting books. However, there is a problem with this mechanic. I still haven't figured out where to use those books. I guess that is something you will see in the future. And the last episode at the moment is the 10th. I added a quest system to the game, and also some sounds. And now, spoiler alert! Now I will show you how the playable version of the game looks now. If you don't want to see it just yet, pause the video and follow the link from the description. This is how the game looks now. I'm running the PC version and not playing it in Unity like I usually do. I added something like a loading screen, so the game has some time to construct the map. We start with a blank map, because it is the first time that we run the game. We have some amount of currency which should be enough to set up our town. Let's start with building the first house. In the shop you can notice that I added a few more objects to place. And let's also build a factory. As soon as we get the road, the character begins to walk on it. I don't want to wait until the buildings are ready, so I'll just skip them. In the house window you can read more about a person who lives here. For example, Jane is the woman of the house. She's a powerful witch who actually saves the town from natural disasters. She also specializes in healing. Another member of this house is Jane's daughter. She is a very educated witch. She has to learn everything from her mother to continue their craft. And the rest of the characters in the game you'd have to read by yourself. We also have quests that we can complete. After speeding things up, my town looks like this. 2 houses, some new decorations, a brick factory and a flower shop. And also the library. So what's next for this game? I've developed all the major features, but it still isn't complete. I've made a decision to release my devlogs occasionally, not every week from now on. It is time for the game to get a proper story along with the buildings and quests, etc. If I show you all of those in my videos, the game won't have any mystery to it. Instead, I will be making tutorials, devlogs about other projects, and also adding some dev life videos to my channel. All in all, I'd love to try some new things. If you haven't watched my LiA Devlog series, go ahead and do it because it has a ton of useful information on Unity game development. In addition, you can request a tutorial for any feature from my game. I would be glad to help you. And this is it for this video. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel to see more interesting game dev content. See you soon. Bye!